Hey guys, just a little overview on some vintage buggies and how they evolved in the 80s to run the bigger battery pack. So here's a original Hotshot, and it was a real skinny body, and this was Tamiya's first four-wheel drive buggy, and then the battery sat crossways and kind of exposed out to here on the little battery holder. But yeah, that was quite the buggy when that came out. And then one way to find a Hotshot, the difference is the re-released one has a little metal aluminum door. You can open it to get your receiver in and out, and this original one under the plastic is just solid black. You have to drop the whole bottom and the front to get at your radio compartment and stuff. And then 86 came the Boomerang, and a different chassis. This one still has the mechanical speed control in it, vintage servos, the resistor back there, but they just made the body a little bit wider and the chassis a little wider to cover up the battery a little bit more. But yeah, famous Boomerang. And then came the Big Wigs. These were the most expensive buggies that Tamiya had at that time, 1986, and they were really wide so that it could use a 7-cell battery back then. So here, this one slid all the way here, and then they added one more cell to this pack that way, and that made a pretty big difference back then, because in 2007 I bought a new Traxxas Stampede still running this kind of battery, and then I saw the hobby shop had the humpback, so it had the 8.4 volts with one sitting up here. So I put that in it. Well, then it flipped on its back all the time. I ended up having to buy a wheelie bar for it. So yeah, that extra 1.25, I believe, volts made a pretty good difference. So the Big Wig, this was the 10th anniversary of Tamiya making RC vehicles, because in 76 they made, I think it was that Porsche, their first one, took a model, made a basic aluminum plate and made it RC. So they hired a guy in Japan that was a designer for race cars, and he designed it with kind of a Formula One scoop built in, dual antennas, a rack and pinion steering in there, with, yeah, just like a car, a rack and pinion, not just a servo making the tie rods go back and forth. There's a little gear and a rack, so pretty cool. Little kind of a coat hanger style drive shaft, real skinny. I painted mine yellow, and then 540 motor in the back. This one was missing the exhaust, so I 3D printed it. This old one still has the original yellow banana exhaust back there. But yeah, these share the same gearboxes as the Boomerang and the Hotshot. So yeah, this was most expensive buggy, handle the big battery, pretty cool looking thing. And then of course, Kyosho had to kind of do the same thing. I don't know, this is about 86. I don't know exactly what months which one came out first, but the original Optima, like in 85, was a skinnier body, just made for the standard pack. And then this is the Turbo Optima the next year, and Turbo Optima has sway bars added to it. And then the wider body lets you put that big wide pack in crossways, but stuck out on each side. And the cool thing about this, chain drive inside of that little clear case, there's a chain running to do the front wheels. And then this is the Optima Mid, and they call it a mid because instead of the motor hanging out the back of the axle, it's just in front of the rear axle. And then this one has a belt in it, so it's belt drive. But yeah, these are original vintage ones. These are from the 80s, 86, and then not quite sure when the Mid came out. To me, the Mid's not super exciting, but a lot of people love it because it really won races. But I love this one the best. I remember back in the day seeing it because they got those front shocks angled in, so aggressive. It was so cool. It doesn't need a separate wing on the back. The whole body kind of turned into a wing. So kind of like the Big Wig. It's funny they didn't call it Big Wing because the whole body is the wing. This is starting to go up here, plus the wing on the back. So yeah, on this one, it was originally painted the correct white and blue on the inside, but then someone, I think, raced it, and they painted the whole outside of the body orange. And then they had white tires, vintage white tires and white rims, and their tires are hard as a rock. So their orange paint had kind of been peeling off, so I sanded the outside down really good, and then I painted it with motorcycle paint, Yamaha blue in a spray can. And then the college kid made the decals for me on the computer and put it on decal paper. And then many coats of real light clear coat I put on it to seal it. I don't really submerge this body underwater because it might find its way in there and kind of run the printer ink a little bit, but just gently wipe it down. But at least it has the Dick CPEC tires on the back, the original style. This is box art. These are the old decals and everything, so it looked like that. But yeah, a little quick overview on these old guys. These are truly legends. If you like Kyosho the best, there's your Kyoshos. If you like the Tamiya or the Tamiya, depends which country you live in, that's that. So, and then one other thing, you can tell the originals here, they say made in Japan under the battery, right in the chassis, and then the new stuff's all made in Cebu, Philippines. And I live in the Philippines, so I kind of get past the Cebu Tamiya manufacturing plant once in a while, but so far I haven't found a way to get in there. I've watched on YouTube, and they say they're very tight on their factory tours and stuff, but maybe someday I'll be able to talk the security guard to let me just in the front room or something and see their display case. So thanks a lot, guys, for watching, and please subscribe for more videos on affordable RC fun. Thanks.